last time in Genesis.
How the would you show me something if I couldn't have it?
So we're back in Genesis and recapping really quickly. When we last left off, God made the earth in 6 days. The serpent ends up tricking Eve, and Adam ends up fumbling. When this happens, not only does the fall of humanity happen, but the fall of the earth as well, because God gave Adam stewardship over the earth. This is where death, disease, and disasters enter our world as well. But in a cheerful note, we do get the promise that one day a child from Eve will defeat the serpent and, in a greater sense, defeat death. So, in this episode here, there's not going to be any like misconceptions that I have to correct, like Adam being the reason of the fall. But I do have a confession to make. So I'm not a good hater. I suck at hating. Even before I became Christian, I was bad at hating. The few people I hated, I ended up forgiving because I just didn't like hatred consuming me. And today, the only thing I really like gets my gears going. It's like the smell of cigarettes. It just sends me to fury. But outside of that, even though I'm a bad hater, I always had like respect for the art of hating. Like um, villains who hate people just cause I always like respected more than like villains who have some like more reasoning. Like, oh, I'm doing this for the earth versus like some villain that you took his last sandwich and now he's hating you and your bloodline for the rest of life. But um, when you read the Bible, you start realizing that the hating we see today might look crazy, but the Bible shows us there's levels to hating. So the hating we see in the Bible, the best I can explain it is like bikini bottom level of hating, except somehow even worse. Like these guys are willing to curse themselves and their kids if it means that somebody they hate can go down. Like imagine you get it together with a group of dudes and you're like, you know what? We're not gonna eat. We're not gonna sleep. We're not gonna drink until this guy's dead. It's like, bro, what are we talking about? It's like curse if you like, bro. I've never had a feeling that strong to somebody where I said, you know what, f me and my kids at the same time to take this guy down. And there's a lot of these type of characters in the Bible, but today we will be going over the person who started it all, right? If I had to make a top 10 of haters, he wouldn't even make it on the list. But in the hall of hating, I guess to say, he has a founder spot because he was the first to hate, right? Outside of the devil. I'm counting humans here. The devil was the first hater, but I digress. So in Genesis 4, we get two brothers, Cain and Abel. Cain being a farmer and Abel being a shepherder. And they both end up offering sacrifices to God, but God likes Abel's better. And Cain gets angry about this, and God is like, you know, do better and your mood will improve. But if you keep staying mad like this, your anger is gonna rule over you and cause you to sin. And we don't know the time frame of when God tells him this and when he actually kills his brother. But like in the text, immediately after God tells him, "Hey, stop being mad," he goes and kills his brother. And I kind of find it funny that God goes up to him and asks like, "Hey, where's your brother at?" Knowing well where his brother's at, like he's dead. And he does this often in the Bible where he'll ask people things that he knows the answer to because it like exposes their heart. We see this earlier in Genesis when he asks Adam and Eve, who told you guys were naked? Because and then we start seeing the blame game, right? Adam ends up blaming Eve instead of like saying, my bad. And Cain, being Adam's son, does the same thing here. Instead of saying my bad, he kind of just like, I don't know where my brother's at. Am I his keeper? And it's like bro, you just killed your brother, and this is how you're feeling about him. Like that's OD hatred, bro. Like he's definitely the first. He's definitely Adam's son. I'll say here, and he gets cursed for this. He ends up as a farmer. He's not allowed to farm essentially because the earth will not give him anything, and he's going to be a vagrant and wanderer for his life. And Cain's like, yo, like people are gonna kill me when they see me. Like this is crazy. And God's like, yeah, nobody gonna kill you, bro. I'm gonna make sure that nobody's gonna kill you because if they kill you, they're gonna get worse than what you got. So, following Abel's murder, we end up getting some genealogies, and for the most part, I won't really be going over them. Um, if you want to read about those, do it on your own. But I will note some interesting things that I find. And for example, we see here that the guy who ends up starting polygamy, right? He's the first person to take two wives, also ends up killing two people. He kills a man for striking him, and he kills a boy for wounding him. Now, this guy's from Cain's lineage, and he's definitely just showing that he is because it's like this guy is capping out of his mind. How does a man strike you, but a boy wounds you? Like, let's stop the cap, bro. You know, say what it is. You just killed a kid. And this is who everybody who takes more than one wife in the Bible is like getting their example from. This guy is definitely Cain's son, and Cain was Adam's son. But we'll stop it here for this episode. Next time we'll pick back up with Noah and the flood. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a blessed day. Bye.
Next time in Genesis.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.